And this is a Miguron knife. And let's find out what this one is all about. Getting a feel for the weight here, right? It's definitely feeling a little bit heavy. So let's go ahead and check here. This one is the Miguron small version GED, and then it cuts out with some dots. So let's, future me is gonna double check and put it on the screen. Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a treat. This thing is looking insane. We got a wiping cloth, some paperwork, and a Miguron sticker right there. And man, oh man, look at this chonker right here. Holy macaroni. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it here, shall we? Woo, man. No wonder the box was a tad bit heavy. Take a look at the girth, right? The thickness on that blade. That's absolutely insane. That seems to have some sort of DLC coating on it. This is one of many Miguron knives that are overbuilt on purpose, right? Obviously, they know how to make a great EDC knife at a good budget price, but they also like to obviously dabble a little bit with some of the more obnoxious, right, overbuilt stuff, and with the very tastefully done premium material. So let me get my magnet of truth here. We're looking at titanium on the scales. I am getting a little bit of pull here. I'm not sure if it's from the liners. There's probably. All right, that is a titanium backspacer right there, and a titanium pocket clip. So it's going to be a frame lock. And what I like the most is the micro milling on this one. It's very tastefully done, very small, right? Something like, you know, a Kunwu Chad, right? You can see how some milling can be done with some very accentuated diamonds, right? And these are just very nice and small. Here's a Demko AD 20.5 for reference, right? So bigger diamonds on these, this style of milling, but very nice, fine, smaller diamond sort of milling pattern. You already know I'm a sucker for that, 1000%. The Miguron logo on this side, captive pivot, right? And just an absolute beef boy. Absolute beef steak right here. So if you're ready, I'm ready. We got thumb studs for deployment. We even have a folder here on both sides, so that's going to come handy. So without further ado, bam! Whew. Holy smokes, guys. Holy smokes. Now, that was a workout right there just to deploy that blade. We're looking at a massive M390 steel. Let me just give it a wipe here. Massive M390 steel blade. And again, this one does look like it has a DLC coating of sorts. Future me double check. Very nice and clean here on the show side. And did I mention this thing was thick? Right, we'll get some readings here in just a moment. But we do have a dual ground. We have a hollow ground right here, right? Digging that hollow ground there with a flat at the front. Nice little compound ground right there. Nice little clip point blade, if you would. And it is going to be a frame block. Just lifting this blade here. That is crazy, man. That is insane. Like the drop shot action. Take a look at this. Yeah, not even sweating it. Nice and droppy. Oof, just like that. I'm going to try a reverse flick here off the fuller. Oh, man, they dialed that in, ladies and gentlemen. They absolutely 1000% dialed that in. Look at that. Super easy. You can do this in your sleep. Yeah, that fuller there makes a difference. If I wanted to try that deploy off of the thumb stud, I will have to use the meat of my middle finger, which is not how I like to use it. So Spidey flick off the fuller is what I'm going to do all day. Thumb deployment feels good. And you can feel just the recoil in a way. If there is such a thing on a knife, a little bit of recoil, you know, just obviously the sheer amount of mass that you are moving as you deploy this knife. Again, purposely built, right? Somebody's going to be in the comments like, oh, Miguel, that knife is not for me because it's too big and too thick and too heavy. Listen, there's plenty of knives, a sea of knives out there to choose from that are obviously lightweight, much slimmer. One of my all-time favorites right now is the Ameight Parallel, and I've been carrying this thing for, you know, anything, you know, elegant like dates or to church, right? Because it doesn't take a lot of room in the pocket. But this, in the same way, I like something nice and slim like this. I like everything in the spectrum, so I also like the opposite end of the spectrum. So I want to zoom in here just for giggles, right? Look at the sheer size difference, girth difference on these two, right? Just because I happen to have them on hand, you can see what the opposite sides of the spectrum could look like. So yes, skinnier knives do exist, lighter knives also exist, but that's not what this knife is going for. You know that, and I know that. And when Miguron made this knife, obviously they knew that. So let's not try to kid ourselves here. We have lockup right here with a steel contact, looking at, yeah, that's going to be like a 10-15% or so. Nothing crazy. And I'm able to get at the, yeah, definitely nice and wide there. I'm able to get good access to the lock bar, even though The cutout is not necessarily the most amount of cutout for axes, but it doesn't matter. They're so far apart from each other that you could just push down here and to the left, and you can disengage, right, very easily. Now, of course, if you got big old bare paws, right, this knife got you covered. I'm able to get a full 4-finger grip here, right, hammer grip. Even has this little bit back here. So yeah, full purchase. And of course, they put a good old finger choil right there. So I absolutely love to see that as well. You can forward choke on the blade, get a little bit more control of the cut. If I was to nitpick, I do like this jimping. If they had carried that forward a tad bit, that would have been nice. I'm sure they didn't want it to mess with the fuller design, perhaps. Maybe something to do with that if I had to take a guess, but that's about the only nitpick I have. Other than that, you know, the pocket clip is not reversible, but you know, this is one of those knives that, as a righty, it does look very elegant with a clean show side. So I'm not sure if they make a lefty version or not. But one thing is for sure though, the pocket clip is comfortable. It's nice and wide. It also doesn't have any, like, you know, roller coaster sort of shape to it. It's nice and straight. So I'm going to give it a good 9.5 out of 10. All right, that's pretty solid. And again, just looking at the thickness on this thing, I'm absolutely blown away. Action is so good, man. Absolutely beautiful action. This thing is a beast, right? Absolutely a beast in every possible sense, right? But of course, you know, you wanted to know this, and I want to know this. What is the thickness on the blade? 0.24. 0.24 is the thickness. Right? That's pretty thick if you ask me. The average in the channel being half of that, 0.12. So that's double that. And then thickness on the handle here, bada bing, bada boom. 0.66, so it's a little bit thicker than the average 0.5 in the handle. That's looking pretty savage right there, if you know what I mean. Whereas this guy's going to be a little bit more on the average. See, 0.12, that's what I was telling you guys earlier. 0.12 is the average. And the handle thickness on this bad boy is 0.55. Still a little bit thicker than the average 0.5, but much closer to the average, of course. Now, just for giggles here, right, let's take a look, see what the weight comes in at. This first model we looked at, I want to say we got G10 and steel liners, 3.5 to 4 ounces. All right, we are in grams. All right, there you go. 3.6 ounces or 101 grams. That's not bad at all. And then as far as this guy, obviously there's a little bit more weight here. And somehow, surprisingly, it feels heavy, but not as heavy as it could be. There's good milling going on the inside here on the titanium, so that helps with the weight reduction. I want to say somewhere around 6.5, 7 ounces. I'm going to go 6.5 or 7 ounces on this bad boy. Let's take a look. Ooh, that was very close. 7.5 or 214 grams. Again, gotta remind you guys, right? This is not going to be your bench-made bug-out killer anytime soon. This thing is going for a whole different purpose, right? The overbuilt beefiness, pocket tank nature on this thing is 1000% intended. And for people who like knives like these, it is absolutely going to click 1000%. I promise you that. Might not be the kind of knife for everybody, but for the people who can appreciate something like this and do like stuff like this, it is going to click 1000%. So